At Lambert Airport, where thousands of people take to the skies on a daily basis. But when you walk into the airport, you could step right into danger, hidden in plain sight.
And a First Alert 4 Investigates exclusive, our I-team uncovers how automatic doors, and our Susan Corey found it landed a 92-year-old grandmother in the hospital.
It's a view with a closer look that's simply striking.
I was slammed to the cement.
An elderly woman walks into St. Louis Lambert International Airport when an automatic sliding door closes on her.
All at once, it just knocked me flat.
A different day, same door knocks a grandmother over.
Why did it happen?
And it doesn't stop there.
It was farthest from my mind that walking through the doors into the terminal was a danger.
In the span of a week and a half, automatic doors at Terminal 2 struck 3 people.
Was the airport aware of this?
We, through our research for your station, have become aware of the 3 incidences.
Those living with the consequences have a lot to say.
This wasn't an accident. This was a preventable incident.
Lori Kern sits at home in Illinois, while her 92-year-old mom, Lois Beaucamp,
It's pretty well wrapped.
recovers in a rehab center.
I was bleeding rather heavily.
They never made it to Texas. Before their flight, you can see Beaucamp on her walker, leaving curbside where her daughter is checking their bags as she heads to the terminal.
Saw the door coming, and so I put my hand up to stop it, which of course was totally worthless.
Her fall sends EMTs rushing.
They said she's not going anywhere except the hospital. She had a fractured pelvis on her left side. We spent 3 nights in the hospital. She was in a lot of pain.
While her mom faces a long recovery, something else struck them.
While we were at the airport, more than one person mentioned that this was not the first time the doors had closed on somebody.
First Alert 4 Investigates started searching and asking the airport for records. It took some back and forth, but we found this. July 18th, 2023, 86-year-old Shirley Southard, a door closes on her, her cane in the air as she falls.
They said I had a goose egg on the back of my head, and at that point, I hadn't moved around that much, but my hip was beginning to hurt.
It was the same door that would hit Beaucamp a week later.
I think we're owed answers.
The third time happening days after, as Marilyn Woods leaves baggage claim with her granddaughter.
I was like, did that door just hit me?
After the moment of impact, the door goes off its tracks.
That don't give you a pass that you can hit 3 people because you've had so many other people go through the door and they didn't get hit.
It leaves the question, how do automatic doors meant to sense people walking through end up hitting them?
From my understanding, the doors were functioning properly.
How does a door that's functioning properly hit someone?
Again, I cannot tell you at this point, and I'd like to feel that, again, with the amount of passengers going through these doors, it's one of those anomalies.
A spokesman says when we started asking questions, the airport made changes.
We looked at the door centers, we readjusted it.
He took us through door by door.
Hey there, guys.
To show they're staying open.
The optic is right there.
When they need to.
We've now adjusted it where the flow of anyone coming through the door can be more of a diagonal track versus, from my understanding, it once was more straightforward into the door.
There are national standards which set up safety zones around automatic doors extending several feet into the walkway. So when someone is standing in that area, the door is supposed to stay open. But if a sensor isn't working, that can sometimes create blind spots, which engineers say often pop up on the sides of the door.
The automatic door that's working right shouldn't close on people.
Dr. Richard Hooper is a Texas-based engineer who studies automatic doors.
It's a common occurrence.
The Consumer Product Safety Commission estimates last year more than 1,300 people nationwide were injured by automatic doors, an average of nearly 4 a week.
I would like to see the doors be safer just by design, but until then, yeah, they need to be checked every single day by the property owner. It only takes a few minutes.
At the airport, we found stickers on multiple doors calling for daily safety checks, even noting if there's a problem, discontinue use immediately.
Is there a daily check that's done?
I can't say that there's a daily check. I'd have to look into that for you. They're inspected annually. It is one of those anomalies that occurred.
The airport points to statistics saying so far this year, out of more than 4 million passengers, 3 were hit by doors.
One time is too many, and we regret that it even occurred. But we stand by the idea that we have a pretty good track record of getting people through those doors.
Checking surveillance video, First Alert 4 Investigates found the doors still used in the minutes after people were injured. Seen here, not always opening. As Shirley Southards helped into a wheelchair surrounded by people, the door strikes again.
I just kind of like cringed when I saw it. I thought, oh no.
She was able to make her flight. For Lois Beaucamp,
I missed my trip to my former home and
it's a different story.
seeing some old friends and things like that that are rather irritating.
In an airport where millions pass through, she wants to know why her.
That's a question that can't be answered. So I'm just trying to live with it.
After our interview, the airport got back to us and said automatic doors are not checked every day. We learned those doors are original to the airport. They were installed when the terminal was built in 1998, making them more than 2 decades old. The airport says it's been planning to replace all of them and even change some to revolving doors. That has been in the works for years as part of the Terminal 2 expansion. Susan Elcory, First Alert 4 Investigates.
We reached out to the manufacturer of the doors. They say they installed them but haven't been contracted for service. You can see their full statement on KMOV.com inside this story, also on the KMOV News app.
Next here.